In this video, I'll be reviewing some of your Pokemon. These are two Pokemon posted in the YouTube by Mon in the Nirth Hard Discord server. This in the Sleep category in the YouTube My Mon text channel. The two Pokemon covered in this video specifically are posted by Chip, and they are Gengar and Bewear. We also talked about Gengar in the video that I did for Velocity Raptor not 2022, but just 22. And we'll have another Gengar here to look at. And so Chip's Gengar is also Double Mushroom, which is ABB, and it is currently level 60. So this Gengar is producing mad mushrooms, which is great. And the sub skills are the following. Well, we can actually see that it looks like this was caught as a Haunter because it's got main skill level 2. That does not matter at all, with the exception that the inventory is going to be a little bit lower. Now, it does seem like it has 1,000 hours, not quite 2,000, and that brings the inventory to 29. And yeah, some of these traits are pretty crazy. So we got Helping Speed M, off to a great start. And we got Ingredient Finder M. Ingredient Finder M overall is one of those traits you really want on a Gengar if you're very focused on the ingredients. Gengar can arguably also be quite productive with berry finding because the ingredient rate is so low, even if you try to boost it with these traits. And so the nature here is a little bit unfortunate, but actually it is the same that I have on my primary Gengar. Modest. Speed of help down sucks across the board, but it has ingredient finding up, which combos with the ingredient finder M. And you can see that the overall ingredient rate on Gengar, it jumps by 10 base points. So from 16% to 26, which is huge, especially with Gengar that has such a high average value drop at level 60, which this Pokemon is already, which is crazy. I don't understand the commitment here on the Gengar, but it is a strong Pokemon, so I guess why not? The next sub-skill is Skill Trigger S. Does not really matter too much. Gengar is fast though, so it can put in a little bit of work, but the thing is, this main skill here is not very strong. Level 2, we're talking 285 to 1138 at a base, so area bonus will boost this a little bit, but it's not looking too good. And then got some inventory. Whoa, clicked the wrong place. Inventory S, which is nice. And then it's got that troll berry finding at level 100. But actually, this Gengar is already at level 60. So it may not be too many years away until it can reach level 100, in which case the inventory berry finding combo is really going to spice up this Gengar. So definitely a long-term Pokemon for sure. Gengar is probably S tier. It's at least way up there. So a very decent find, even despite the fact it's got speed of help down. Not too much to worry about there. And yeah, what I'm a little bit curious about now is I think maybe I found an error in my calculator because the speed here is way faster than it should be. So the screenshot says 30 minutes, 35 seconds, and the widget says 25. So just keep that in mind. I have to do a deep dive on that a little bit later and try to figure out where the calculation went wrong. I don't think I'll be able to fix that here right now, but I'll make sure to update this briefly because that is not good. So the next Pokemon we're going to have a look at is Chip's Bewear. The Bewear has the great ingredient list of triple corn. That is the preferred ingredient list for Bewear. Bewear is one of the best ingredient specialists because green grass corn is such an important ingredient. It is in a lot of different dishes. And so let's see what this Bewear is up to. We're gonna zero all of this out, and yet again, in the future, I'll have a single button that will fix this for me. Just not yet. So, it seems that it has 25 in the carry limit, so this basically is a new Bewear. It's under 500 anyway, in the hours. First trait here is skill trigger S. That is a little bit unfortunate because Bewear is a rather ingredients focused Pokemon. Like, for real, 1.3% here is ridiculously low. In comparison, for Alligator has like 5 something. You can actually do that comparison right here. We bring up for Alligator. It's the same main skill, but a vastly different skill rate. 1.3, 5.48. And yeah, same speed, but it's just a big difference between those two. So skill trigger is basically just a filler. It's taking up some space. And to make it even better, it's got the rash nature. So it's conflicting. It's a little bit up on the skill, but then it's a lot more down. So it's like not even, it doesn't even out. It's net negative. But here comes the good stuff. We have the ingredient finder M. Now, here's the general concept that I've talked a lot about in all of my sleep videos when it comes to mono ingredient Pokemon. If you have the mono ingredient list, that's already a 1 in 9. So, like, knock on wood, like, you had a good roll. Then, if you can find 2 other supporting factors, either a decent speed or some play between the nature and the sub skills in terms of ingredient finding, then that's great. So in this case, we have the ingredient finding up nature, and we have ingredient finder M. And you can see the result. 23% as a base ingredient rate goes all the way up to 37%, which is huge. There are a few Pokemon that have such a big jump. Once you get to the ingredient rate around 23, 25, 27%, like you really start to push close to 50%. So just a quick comparison. I know, for example, that Golem has a ridiculous ingredient rate, in which case it almost gets close to 50%. But for Bewear, it is 37, and green grass corn is overall among the most important ingredients, I would say. And the reason is that green grass corn is central in multiple dishes and more or less all the dish types. So you have curries, desserts, and salads. You have the green grass salad. You have Inferno corn keema curry. And then in the desserts, is it scones or something? I've not read too much up on desserts, but I know for sure it shows up somewhere and it's good. So we have the Bewear here. It's got skill trigger M. This is just trolling you at this point. Like, the game knows you were handed an ace, and then it just wants to scribble a little bit on it just to be funny. And especially with the next 2 sub skills here, helping speed S and then helping speed M, just so that you have to wait until level 100 to really unlock the potential of this Bewear. So overall, a very, very solid Pokemon. Don't mind the fact that these skill triggers are clogging up the stuff and conflicting with the nature. Mono ingredient list, ingredient finder M, and Rash is great. So a great find. I'm very happy on your behalf, and it was a lot of fun talking about the 2 Pokemon that you brought. But wait, there's more. Let's take a look at the website. So we're looking at nirthhard.com, still in development, and we go down here and have a look at Bewear. The article here is not done, but you can see the standard widget design here on the right side. Got an evolution section, and the tables that we really care about are right here. And so Bewear is decently fast, nowhere near Gengar if you want to make that comparison. And you can see that the average value here is around 600 almost close to 700. And in our case, we want to have a look at the triple A. So that is your kind of not baseline, but your reference point, maybe. That's a good word to use for it. Because if you compare the numbers up here, we can see that finding corn, which is the A ingredient, at level 30 is in this column the best value. And then at level 60, you can see that it's a close tie between either the sausage or the eggs. The eggs is the absolute highest value. But it's not a huge difference between 980, which is 7 corn, or 1035, which is 9 eggs. So, I mean, 55 is a little bit, but it's overall not really huge when you look at these values. So the AAC is overall the highest average production of ingredients level 60 for Bewear. And it's just 19 over the highest when you go for the triple corn. Corn is a very important ingredient. And in general, when you're looking at the ingredient lists, the level 30 and the level 60 are the most important because the volumes are so much greater in this first ingredient. So a very, very strong Bewear indeed. And you should be really happy with it. So hope you use it well and level it up to level 60. It's currently level 35, but it's going to get there soon enough. So thank you so much, Chip, for contributing or submitting some Pokemon for me to talk about. And I hope something in this video was either entertaining or useful in any way. So to the rest of you, hope you enjoyed watching, and you can leave a like in this video if you would like to see more.